Hi. Well, welcome to the third week of the 29th legislature, the second session. We're already in our third week. It's February 1st. So the session is going by quickly. Remember, there's only about 12 weeks to a session. So this newsletter is again focusing on the taxes that are being proposed by the administration. The tax we're focusing on in this edition is the income tax. This was something we didn't include in last week's newsletter, but we wanted to focus on it particularly this week. So the income tax would be levied against any income that was earned here in the state of Alaska. So wages, investments, property, sales, things like that. Those investments that are made outside the state would not be under a tax, or wages earned outside the state. So read about it in the newsletter today. I think you'll find it interesting and informative. I have a few bills that are moving along. One of the bills is called the CARE Act, and it actually will help clarify the kind of information that a family caregiver needs when their loved one leaves a hospital. So what we're finding is that caregivers often take over the responsibility of a family member after a hospitalization and don't really know what is required of them. So my bill would outline for hospitals what kind of education needs to happen. Another interesting bill of mine that's moving forward is called the ABLE Act. This would allow folks with disabilities who have employment opportunities to actually save some of their income that might put them over the limit for their federal benefits or state benefits. They could save that money and actually use it for housing perhaps, or education, things that would make them even more independent from relying on government. It also would allow parents to set aside money for their children. For example, the College Savings Fund does that. This would allow parents of kids with disabilities to set aside some money each year for their children's future support. So those are a few of the things that we're doing here in the legislature. It's been very busy. We are hard at work on the number one priority, and that is the budget. In fact, it's not only the number one priority, it's the second and third priority as well. I'm serving on a Medicaid Reform Finance Committee. It's a subcommittee of the Finance Committee, and we're digging into what kind of reforms we could make in the Medicaid system and what kind of savings that would amount to. So these are just a few of the interesting things that we've been working on here in my office. I hope you enjoyed this week's newsletter. Thanks so much for reading it.